Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the DML podcast. Sean and Kim here, as always. Hope everyone had happy holidays and is looking forward to the new year. That's actually going to be kind of the theme of this episode. We're going to be looking at some player and maybe some other Ducks employees' New Year's resolutions. So we'll get into that and all the other news that we decided to talk about since the last podcast. But first, Kim, how was your Christmas?
All magical, That's what it was. How about yours, Sean?
It's the most magical time. Uh-oh. Well, that's free use. We don't get copyright stricken for that one, I think. My Christmas was great. Kim got me this sweet mug, which kind of matches the hat today. But yeah, it was great. Spent some time with family. Got some good stuff, gave some good stuff away. But let's see. Since we last met, the Ducks have been looking pretty good. We're still kind of optimistic on them. It seems like every time we give the Ducks compliments, they decide to play pretty poorly the following game. But the Ducks have been 13, 16, and 4, have 30 points, 7th in the Pacific, 27th in the league. They have played fewer games than some of the other teams, but so there's room for improvement still, since they're still, where they are and they can play some more games. But Kim, how have you been feeling about the Ducks overall? I saw you kind of, for those listening, Kim's been making some eyes at me for some of the things
John's saying they're
I've been saying.
Better. Jeez.
Well,
I don't know about that.
I mean, since I was talking about since earlier.
You got to be mean to him, Sean. That's the only way to make him play good, obviously. Can't be nice to him.
I mean, maybe we're going to be a little bit more critical this episode. We'll try. I am kind of the optimistic more so than Kim, I think. But I'm just happy to be, even in the losses, I feel like they've been, looking okay. Maybe besides one or two of them. But yeah, I don't know, Kim. Maybe you can put some words to the looks you're giving me about how you're feeling about the Ducks recently.
Ugh. They just don't generate any offense half the time. It's a system. That's what it is. It's really what it is. Yes, they look better, I will say, defensively maybe sometimes, as long as they're not on special teams. 5-on-5, yes, they look okay. Special teams are just driving us down, dragging us down, like it's been the story the last few years. And, we've talked about how much improved maybe the power play has looked. It hasn't looked good the last few games that since the last podcast. Yeah. And now it's just ruined everything. And then the penalty kill has looked semi better, and now it's terrible.
Yeah, that's one thing that reverted since the last podcast, because we were giving them kudos for both of those things last podcast, and I guess they got a little too comfortable after we said that, because it hasn't looked great. I guess they're still bottom of the league for both of those. 28th on the PK, almost dead last for both. 28th in the league for the penalty kill, just under 74%, and 30th for the power play, just under 14%. So, I feel like special teams kind of comes in waves, going to look bad, and then hopefully they'll turn it around and it'll be good. So hopefully they turn it around soon.
Power play looks so good in stretches, even when they're going 0-22 to start the year. And now they're 1-19 in their last few games.
Yeah.
And that one goal was off a rush, but I just don't know how it looks this bad. They can get the puck in now, and all they're doing is passing, and then their passes have been bad, not crisp. I guess that's part of it, but just missing the net. Wow, it's bad.
Oh, that's the thing that's been infuriating me the most, is just a lot of missing the net. But yeah, I guess when you were saying the Ducks not generating offense, I feel like they've been generating offense and creating chances, but they're definitely not finishing those chances. I feel like that's what the team struggled with the most this season is, sometimes maybe they're not even getting chances, but recently I feel like they've had some good play that's led to some scoring opportunities, and, some scoring opportunities that I think, a lot of other teams would finish, and the guys just aren't finishing right now.
I guess the shot totals have been going up this season. I don't remember the last time the Ducks have finished under 20 shots in a while, so knock on wood, that doesn't happen again.
Or have more shots than the other team. I don't know how many times that even happened last season. So
true.
That's what Cronin is always saying, so they're taking it to heart, but they're just not going in. We got to be taking good shots.
Maybe there's something wrong with the system then.
Maybe. But probably the biggest news, and since we last spoke, was Ducks' all-time leading defenseman in pretty much every category was traded away to the St. Louis Blues for a prospect who, I don't know if I'm really expecting him to be making the team at all anytime soon. He's with the Goals. Yeah, so he was playing, I think, in the ECHL. This is no, I'll let Kim. Kim has more practice from the video putting that one out. But then I think they got was it a pick too? I forgot already what pick they got. 2nd round pick.
So let me read off the full trade again. We send Fowler and a 4th rounder to the Blues for a second rounder and a right-handed prospect defenseman, Biaka Batuka. That's the best I could do. That sounded pretty darn good in my head and out loud.
That sound good, yeah.
So we retain some of Fowler's salary. It's 38.4615385% of his salary, which is approximately 2.5 per year. So Fowler's on the books for 2 more years on the Ducks still technically. But
yeah, I mean we have the cap space, so
yeah, I don't really care.
That's not going to be too big of a deal in the next 2 years.
Two retention slots left, so yeah, it doesn't matter that much. But yeah, I guess I'll read off his stats since I haven't pulled them up. Across 991 games, so he did not hit the 1,000 mark, which is another player just like Perry. Just didn't get it. He tallied 96 goals, so not 100, still 4 short of that. Then he got 361 assists for 457 points. And this season, he had 4 assists in 17 games and missed 11 games with his upper body. So he didn't play a lot this year, to be honest.
I mean, definitely bittersweet seeing Fowler going. I mean, a lot of memories with him. But yeah, the time had come because we need a lot of the young defensemen, kind of playing, especially with Trouba coming on board. So you want to give your overall thoughts on the trade? I know you've done some videos on it, but you just want to maybe summarize that here.
Man, you really want to hear my analysis? I think everyone wants to hear your analysis, Sean. I'm the one that did a video. I guess I didn't expect to get a second round pick at all.
Yeah, the return I thought was good.
I mean,
I wasn't really expecting too much, so getting a second round pick and prospect thrown in to maybe help the goals out, I think is good. But I think the biggest win is just having more playing time for Zellweger, for Minty. Hellison's getting some games now, and he came in, didn't miss a beat. So that's what I think is the biggest win from the trade. So that's why I'm happy for it. And not to say was the catalyst, but Ducks have been playing pretty well since that trade, at least record-wise, right?
Yeah, and the Blues haven't. Yeah, I think the Ducks are 3-1-1 since Fowler has been traded, and the Blues have won 1 game since he's been in the lineup. So, I mean, the Blues are not good, so who knows if that really is because of Fowler. But just a rough way to go out. I mean, there's no secret that I think majority of the fan base wanted him gone at this point. But it really hurts because I don't know if it was the day of the trade I was still kind of shocked, but the next day I was pretty sad about it all. As much as I've given Cam hard times because of how bad his play's been, but it's just he was a part of this team when we were good, and it just sucks that it went out this way.
And pretty much the whole time you've been maybe more closely following the Ducks. Fowler's been here, and he's. I mean, Gibby's the only guy left from those cup run teams. So Fowler was one of them. So really, Gibby's the only familiar face if you remember the last time the Ducks were in the playoffs. This kind of new era really coming.
Terry wasn't even in the playoffs, but Terry is the next longest Duck behind Gibby. That's just crazy.
That is insane.
Anything else you want to say on Fowler? I know you're pretty mad because just Cam is gone, folks. We don't have to keep giving him hate and everything.
Yeah, the same negative comments you see about Fowler. So he's gone now. Don't need that anymore. Can just remember the good old days.
It needed to be done.
Definitely an interesting relationship that I think fans had with Fowler on the Ducks because never really quite lived up to that number 1 defenseman, but still a super solid, reliable defenseman for the Ducks over the years. But you said. Put in a position to succeed, really. He was asked to play on the power play as a number 1 defenseman, and that's never been him. That's what he was called as. That's what he tried to do, and he did the best he could. And he never had a reliable partner, too. Never. Yeah, I mean, even starting his career, he was rushed to the NHL. I mean, 18-year-old, right? Starting in the NHL, you don't really see that too often unless you're a Bedard or a McDavid. That just doesn't happen really anymore. So
or Leo Carlson.
Kind of got rushed. Leo Carlson. You hear Leo Carlson too. Yeah, I mean, I'm always gonna have fond memories of Fowler. Great person for sure. He did a lot in the community, and can't wait for him to come back to Honda Center. I think in March when the Blues come to town. So looking forward to that. Definitely gonna make that game.
We'll always have the memory of riding Guardians of the Galaxy with him. I think I screamed his ear off. He's like, "Don't worry, I might have to hold your hand. Sorry if I hurt your ears." And I was like, "Oh, I might do the same." We did not hold hands. So,
did Fowler yell louder than you?
He didn't even yell.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, thank you, Fowler, and best of luck in the Blues. I still don't know why you went there because the Blues are terrible, and I just feel like he should get traded again. But who knows? Maybe he wanted to go there.
Yeah, I hope so. I want to see him get another cup run or something. Mm-hmm. But the only thing I can think of is that it's a little bit closer to Michigan, closer to home, even though, I mean, California's been his home for so long. And I guess it's closer to family back there. All I can think of. But yeah, here's hoping either the Blues turn it around or, the Blues can make something work to get him to a contender because it'd be cool seeing him back in the playoffs.
he's number 17 for the Blues.
Oh,
Looks
yeah,
weird.
that was
Looks really weird.
looks weird, and then seeing him in a Blues jersey, that first picture, that was weird too.
I think that's what got me sad that next day. I was like, oh wow, it's real.
It's real, yeah. Well, let's see. Other news: we got World Juniors are on the way. There's only a couple of Ducks, I think, on Team USA. Carey Terrance and Bervinick. Is that how you say it, Tim?
Austin Bernovic.
Bernovic, yeah. So if you're watching Team USA games, those are two to look out for. Maybe the more notable news is someone that didn't make the team, which is Bennett Seneca. He was invited and then got cut.
He looked really good in his games, I thought, too. Everyone was still shocked he didn't make it after his camp invite that he got last minute, because I guess they're feeling like idiots, maybe. And they're like,
On the Heat, yeah.
They're like, okay, well, we'll send him. But I think all along, you knew he wasn't going to make it, even with his trial run. But he was really good. And then I think the game after he didn't get invited for his junior team, he had like a 4-point night. So, he's sending a message like you made a mistake.
But he's still rolling, and Canada doesn't win this thing. That's definitely going to be like maybe the first question of why. I mean, it's not even Ducks fans saying this. This is just like kind of everyone saying like, why did he make the team? He's absolutely torching the league right now. He has size, which the Canadian team doesn't have. The only thing is that they like the older players, but we'll see.
Yeah, let me go through the list a little bit. So on game number 1, Carey Terrance and Austin Bernovic played for Team USA. The USA won 10-4 against Germany, so a little routing there. But Carey scored a goal, and he looked really good, honestly. He's playing on the 4th line. He was the second-round pick in 2023, and he's playing on the penalty kill, had 12 minutes and 29 seconds of ice time, and he's just like everything you expect from him to be. He's just a college player, except actually he added a goal, so he didn't miss the net on a 2-on-1. But yeah really good. And then, I mean, the shocking one, I think last podcast I said I would be shocked if Bernovic made it, and he made the team. He was even on the power play briefly for a little bit of it. He was the 6th round selection in 2024 for the Ducks. Didn't add anything point-wise, but I mean, the fact that he's on the power play says a lot, to be honest, as a 6th round pick. I'm very impressed. He had 13 minutes of ice time, so even more than Carey did. And then we got Voltek Port, Team Czechia. They beat Swiss 5-1. He played 14 minutes and 6 seconds. He did take a penalty, but he had an assist. It was a +1, so pretty good for a defenseman, and actually showed some offensive stuff. And then the other person for the Ducks who is there is Daryl Yoljanski. I think I said that right again. I think I'm getting better at these names.
That was pretty good, yeah.
That was pretty good. And he's a left-handed defenseman, drafted 7th round last year from the Ducks. He plays today, so we'll see what he does. But that's good. Still got some Duckies, but definitely not as exciting without the bucket.
Yeah, for sure. But
you would have gotten videos probably about it if it was bucket season, but it's not, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I guess rooting for Team USA now. I mean, if Bucket was in there, might have swayed me a little bit, but now I'm really just rooting for Canada's demise.
Pretty much.
Because I think that's what all Ducks fans are doing. But I don't know if there's any other news since we last recorded that we got to get into. So let's just jump into
throughout the next part. Any news?
Yeah, that's true. But we'll jump into what we kind of hinted at the beginning. New Year's coming up, so we're going to have a little fun with it. We did do our not grades, but assessments of the players so far for the year last episode. So if you're curious about how we feel about their play this season so far, go ahead and take a listen to that. But now, end of the year, been there, done that. We're going to be looking forward. We're going to go through each players again and give our New Year's resolution for them. But first, I think it's important that we do the same. So Kim, putting you on the spot.
Oh boy.
What is your New Year's resolution for the year?
I want to put out more videos that are not just recaps.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't know. Maybe like break down a player or, I don't know, something. And that some of those maybe even be member-only videos. Who knows?
There we go.
Be nice.
Yeah, so, I mean, help Kim out. If you got any ideas, put them down in the comments for just videos you'd want to see. Put it down in the comments. Let us know because I know everyone loves the recap videos. We want to see those. But everyone's going to want more content. So give us some ideas. Maybe Sean will even jump in there and start making videos again. Pretty busy with work, but I think I could probably swing one too, or at least have some little project that I'll work on. They might not come out as quick as Kim gets them out, but we can get that going again. So maybe that's a resolution for me. Maybe that's a resolution for me for the channel.
Okay.
But I guess mine were more personal. I got kind of the cliche one. I want to start getting back to the gym more regularly. and I've been playing guitar learning it for the past 5 or 6 months. So I want to keep that up and kind of get better at that. Maybe we'll make a theme song for the channel even eventually next year.
Oh man, going down.
We'll see, but yeah, I think those are my resolutions for the year. I think I guess another thing I'm thinking about for the channel is maybe we'll have like more occasional like meetups for the channel since we've grown a little bit, meet people in person. I think we're starting to do that more just through the Discord, but maybe put it out more broadly once we kind of get the hang of these things a little bit more. But I think that's another resolution for the channel. But
Sounds good.
always open to suggestions, so let us know if there's anything else you'd like to see down in the comments. So now that we got us out of the way, Kim, do you want to start going through the players? I know you probably got a list up, or we can just kind of go back and forth, however you want to do it.
Alternate, I guess.
Yeah, we'll alternate. I'll pull them up too.
I guess I'm just going down the list. We'll go Leo Carlsson, our future #1 center. I said he met expectations. Sean said he did not meet expectations for him. You know, there is some concerning things with Leo this year. Definitely doesn't have that pop, but a lot of that's his line mates. So I think not knowing what his line mates will be, I think he just needs to get back to being a player who can drive a line for me. He's not been driving a line, and that's what I want for him, which seems like a big ask. Maybe that's too big of expectations, but that's what his end goal is to be with his Ducks, is to be a #1 driver for this team.
I don't know if I have too much to add other than I think one of the New Year's resolution I'm going to have for like a lot of young guys, and maybe I'll just stop saying it after a while, is just consistency. I feel like that's the #1 problem with the team in general is Leo looks like the best player on the ice. I'll give him like more than 50% of the time he looks like the best player on the ice, but there are some times where I don't really notice him too much. So I want to see him just kind of like be able to keep up that level of play for more games. And yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with what you said, just not having consistent line mates. And even when he gets the line mates that he has, they're usually on the slower side.
One of them, at least. One player in particular. But right now, at today's Ducks practice, he was with Clorn still, as always. Can't get away from Clorn. And Leeson, since McGinn is hurt, which we'll talk about maybe a little bit. Yeah, Leeson had some speed.
Mr. Chow.
Mr. Chow. Leo has 7 goals, 5 assists, and 12 points this year. So, it doesn't feel like a lot. I was expecting a lot more. I just want him to be healthy, too, because, he's had 2 hits to the head now, and you just don't know what's going on there. He doesn't look the same since he's come back from his concussion. And I thought he had another one, but then he played the next day, so.
Yeah, it definitely helped. It's another thing that we could maybe say a few more times when we go through this list. But, yeah, that's it for Leo. Speaking of staying healthy, Robbie Fabry, I think is the next one on this list. Health for him is the big one because he was out with the surgery. But other than that, I don't know if I really have too many others. He kind of is what he is.
So in 20 games played, he has 4 goals, 3 assists for 7 points. And defensively, he is a very bad net negative. Really bad. Wow. One of the worst players in the league still. But I will say, since he has been with McTavish, he has made McTavish look good. So his play, energy, and forecheck, just keep that up. That's my New Year's resolution, is for him to keep making McTavish look good.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like that one. So I'm just going to go down the list alphabetically kind of for me, but you can throw yours in whenever you want. So I have Sam... Oh, kitty. There's a cat on his lap. We got Sam Colangelo, who's played 8 games, who could very well be called up now that McGinn has gone down with injury, depending on how long his injury is. He does not have a single point this year, so I guess my resolution, it would be to get a goal, because we need Golangelo in the building.
Or just to get more games, because I think he's, one of the forwards. I think it might be hard for him to get something in the top 6, but there is that kind of revolving door with I was about to say that, we're trying Leeson up there, and Sam and Leo could work out well. Resolution for Lucas Dostal. Keep doing what you're doing. Get back to the early play, I guess, but that's kind of a tall ask. But I still think he's been playing pretty well. Yeah. Keep it up is what I would say.
We got Brian Dumoulin. I don't know. Dumoulin's definitely been going downhill since the beginning of the year for me. Mm-hmm. So honestly, just play better so you're trade bait, because I think he needs to be moved at this point. I'm sorry to say, I like Dumo, but I think he needs to get moved so that Hellison and Mincy don't have to rotate in and out. Play well enough to be traded.
Get back to what he was doing earlier in the year, where he looked like one of the Ducks' best defensemen. But I'm kind of with you. I think he is hopefully going to get traded somewhere before the All-Star break. I think there's a lot of contending teams that could use his services, especially if we retain again on him. And just again, like kind of with the Fowler trade, just giving more opportunities for the young defensemen to play.
Because crazy, at the beginning of the year, we were like, man, we need to re-sign this guy. But now we have Trouba and Gudas. We're not going to trade either of them, I feel like, at this point. I mean, Trouba maybe, but I just don't see it, to be honest. And Gudas is the captain, so that's not going to happen. So that leaves Dumo, and I'd rather have Hellison and Minty play than Dumo at this point. So as much as
you can always resign Dumo and bring him back. I wouldn't mind that, but that doesn't help with the young guys, and hopefully they take a step forward again. So maybe not, but he's been a great acquisition by Verbeek. Let's see. I guess the next one is going to be Cutter. Cutter, you got to start scoring goals, kid. That's going to be my New Year's resolution. Start banging him home. I mean, there's definitely been improvement in his game, so continue that kind of progression, but start hitting the back of the net.
Yeah, he has 4 goals, 10 assists for 14 points this year. He is shooting 5.8%. Ooh! He's hit quite a few posts. We know how unlucky he's been, but yes, I want him to get to, 4 goals. I want 15 goals by the year. That seems maybe too much, but 11 goals in the last part of the year. With how unlucky he's been, I want 15ing goals.
Yeah, he's got 69 shots on the year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. But, the thing with Cutter is that, yes, the goal scoring has been unlucky, but it's the little things that he keeps doing that looks very impressive. Like, we didn't expect him to become this all-around player already.
Yeah, great on the forecheck.
McTavish has looked so good recently. That's part of it, too. His speed, little passes that you don't expect, and then the forecheck, like you said, and playmaking ability. His passing is like, whoa, that was Cutter. I would have thought that was like Z at one point or something. I'm allers sometimes. Get those players confused.
Yeah, and what better way to get the goal scoring started with Philly coming to town?
Yeah, next game is Philly, hopefully he's saving it all. And then
exactly.
Shortly after that in Philly, a couple weeks after that. So gotta heat up, gotta destroy the Criers. Next one we got John Gibson, who has played 12 games this year. And honestly, other than him taking starts from Dosty, he has exceeded my expectations. Like I said, he has looked really solid. I think for goals saved above expected, he's like 17th in the league. I mean, my expectations were low for Gibby, so I guess my expectation is just keep doing what he's doing. There's nothing. Sure, he's left in a couple soft ones because he always is game for that. Oh yeah, I guess we didn't mention Gibson did get poked in the eye. He left.
Yeah, that was a freak injury. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really interesting. But he did not go to practice today, not for the eye injury, because of illness. So that means probably good news that it's not actually his eye is hurt. So it'll just come back and be what he's been doing all this year. I have no New Year's.
Yeah, mine was going to be just, he's been relatively healthy this year until going out with the eye injury and now this illness. So say stay healthy and keep up the the same play he's doing. But after the other thing, I guess,
surgery.
Yeah, after the freak appendectomy, which I feel like all the injuries he's had this year aren't the typical Gibby injuries that people always point to with like the groin and everything like that. But I guess now that we're on the Gibby topic, there's been a little bit more buzz on the trade rumors with him. I mean, it's kind of been more of the same. Carolina's been thrown out there, which I feel like, Freddie's coming back. But yeah, Kim, do you think there's any more weight to these kind of rumors, or is it kind of just more of the same?
I mean, his better play, I think, have definitely helped. Because everyone's like, oh, Gibson's washed because he's been hung out to dry for so long for the Ducks that they didn't think he had anything left. But, I mean, the fact that he's playing as good as he is, maybe teams are like, okay, if he gets someone retained on Gibson, maybe he'd be worth it. Even at $6 million, Gibson might be worth it for some teams just because salary cap's
think of a few teams.
Yeah.
I was just sorry to jump in there. I just think there's like a few teams that, you look at their goalie situations and Gibby would be big upgrade. I mean, we mentioned Carolina. Freddie's out for who knows. I feel like they don't even know when he's going to be coming back. I mean, we saw the Avs make a move for someone, which with Blackwood, I don't really.
They just locked him up.
They just locked him up, but like
Blackwood's staying in Colorado, so that's out.
But I mean, even
the Oilers,
maybe even Oilers still, like Gibby's a huge upgrade over Blackwood. But yeah, the Oilers. I mean, they got Skinner basically as their number one right now, so they could definitely use an upgrade there. So there's definitely some teams that make sense, and the Oilers being like very common trade partners with the Ducks. Maybe that one holds some water. And the rumor I saw recently was Carolina. So those are two teams that I could see a deal getting done. Those are the same two teams that I feel like have been brought up in the past. before, and nothing's happened. So we're just going to wait and see.
If Fowler can get moved, I mean, Gibson's fair game now, I feel like, to be honest.
Yeah, I think, moving Fowler, I think, was the harder of the two. So we'll just wait and see. But, there's always, any time a player is out for the injury, it's like, oh, like, is he really out for injury, or is there a deal in the works, kind of put the tinfoil hat on. So we'll just wait and see. I'm not going to be getting my hopes up for a Gibby trade, or I don't even know if hopes up. I don't even know what we'd get in return.
We need a goalie back, because no way. We do not want Kling and Dance because they're backup. Goalie has to come back.
Moving on to El Capitan, the Butcher, Radko Gudas. Play has been picked up, I think, as of late. So New Year's resolution, keep doing that, and also just keep up. I mean, he's being the leader of the team well. He's maybe not with performance on the ice, but the way he is with the young defensemen in particular, and the team overall, seems to have a great, kind of a great leader of the Ducks culture, I'll say. So
he's
keep that up.
He's a great guy. He really is. He's such a great guy. I've never heard a bad story about him in my life, to be honest. He's just happy. He's Santa.
He's Santa, yeah.
He's Santa.
That was a miss by the Ducks marketing team.
I know, I'm so mad.
Santa. Come on. But yeah, I mean, he was kind of trying to pick up the hitting there a little bit, and he kind of missed a few times, and it led to some odd man rushes. But I would like to see the physicality that all the fans love him for come back.
I mean, I was gonna say maybe tone it down so that we could actually play defense, because we got Trouba now. So I was gonna tell him to keep the status quo and not do anything stupid. That was gonna be my New Year's resolution.
Oh, nah, you know how I love a good hip check, so I want to see some more of those.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, now I guess next on the list we got Jansen Harkins, who, I mean, he's played 20 games this year, and honestly, keep doing what he's doing again. He's winning faceoffs. He's a great fourth liner. Didn't know what to really expect from him. He doesn't have a goal yet, so why not chip in and get a goal, Mr. Jansen Harkins? But otherwise, just keep doing what he's doing. Preferably,
I mean, I was just gonna say he's been a surprise this season. So yeah, I completely agree with you, Kim. Just keep up the energy on the forecheck. Yeah, let's pot a goal home. That's a resolution for everyone in the lineup. Get some goals.
I guess his face-off percentage is still 56%. Dang.
I mean, that's got to be like tops on the team, though.
Oh yeah, by far.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yep.
Big time.
Okay, then we got kind of another happy surprise for the next one, Drew Hellison. And I would say he's just looked absolutely solid. So keep that up and make it hard for you not to be in the lineup. Yeah, right-handed solid D is something this team needs, and he's still only 23, so he could be a big part of the future of this team too. So just keep up the good play.
I didn't expect anything from him, like you said. I mean, I didn't even think he was going to be in this lineup, and he's come in. He should not be sitting, and it sucks that he has to be sitting. So, like Sean said, just make yourself where you can't be sat. And based on today's practice lines, he looks like Minty is the one that's going to be sat. So, last game he looked great, and he might have proved it. Minty's having a little stretch, but we'll talk about that a little later.
Yep, when we get to the M's. I guess next one, you got Big Boss, Ross Johnston. Cam, you want to start with this one?
Ross, we gave him his Flowers apps episode, and I said he exceeded my expectations. He's kind of come back down to earth. He's been in and out of the lineup again now that Leeson's kind of come back. As much as we love Ross now, the meme, the 6'5", that's all he does guy, he should not be in the lineup over Leeson. That's how it should be. So I guess, I don't even know what, New Year's resolution? Get back to where you were playing 10 games ago. Don't make stupid plays. Just keep it simple. There you go. Keep it simple. Yeah,
you kind of summed it up. I don't have much to add. I don't want my New Year's resolution to be don't be in the lineup, because I feel like there are like certain games where maybe it makes sense to have him in when we need some size, but that's just become less and less the case, I feel, especially with Trouba, and then Leeson should not be being scratched over him. I mean, he's the one Leeson's been putting the puck in the net. I mean, his first game back, he scores a huge goal for this team. Yeah, I want Leeson in the lineup. It's just, I don't know how you can scratch a guy and then all of a sudden he's playing on the top line. So he should tell you this guy shouldn't be scratched. He's important to the team. Next we have Kim's favorite player, Alex Killorn. Kim, take it away. Tell us how much you love Killer.
Well, he's looked really good the last 10 games, so keep that up and do not go back to whatever BS you were doing at the beginning of the season because, don't take dumb penalties like McTavish. There you go. He can't seem to stop that, though. Stop taking dumb penalties, idiotic, that a veteran should never make, and it's just, I literally don't know what he's thinking half the time. He looks brain dead. But he has 7 goals, 8 assists, and 15 points, so he's up there in the Ducks team point getters.
And analytically, he's
really
looked
good.
like
He's
one of
like
the better. He's really good. Yeah.
best defensive player on the team, apparently, according to analytics.
Mm-hmm.
So, sure. Okay. I really would like to see him not with Leo, but I guess Leo needs help. So, I don't
Leo
know.
can't play without his peepaw. Come
I
on.
know. So, yeah. Stop taking dumb penalties.
Can't add anything after that. Kim's favorite player. She knows all. Well, let's go to Comer.
It's a happy one.
Comer, I think, keep up the offense. He's been I've been seeing a lot more offense from Comer. I mean, keep up the great play in general, but seeing the offense from him is something that's stood out for me. I mean, Comer has gone from, kind of, if you're looking at his like prospect progression, or if you're looking towards the future of what Comer can be, he's gone from, in my eyes, being a sixth or seventh D-man of the future to being a second or third guy almost, maybe third and fourth, maybe being a part of this team. Yeah,
he was kind of a person I always thought would be trade bait eventually, just because of that. But I mean,
he
has 6 goals, 5 assists. He's leading the Ducks defenseman. He's arguably the Ducks' best defenseman right now, I'd say. The funny thing is, at the beginning of the year, I thought him and Gudas would be our number 1 D pairing, and I was right about one of them. So
yeah,
it was because of, partly because I believed in Comer so much that I said that. He is generating offense. He's not afraid to go in the tight spaces, get to the front of the net, because that's how he scored most of his goals.
Yep.
And yeah, he looks great. So just get to number 10. I want 4 more goals, Comer, and that seems like an easy ask the way he's been playing.
Yeah, knock on wood, he's kind of eliminated those glaring mistakes that everyone was giving him a hard time before, because I feel like he's had these he's kind of been playing like pretty well some games, but then he'd have kind of a lapse of focus that would lead to a blatant like glaring mistake that everyone sees and he'd be getting ragged on. But I feel like that he's been pretty consistent play wise, and he's taking it up now, kind of another level now, I guess. But Comer, keep doing what you're doing, but particularly, I'm with Kim. Let's get to the double digits on the goals.
When was the last time the Ducks have a defenseman score 10 goals? I can't remember. That didn't happen last year, that's for sure. I don't know who was the last defenseman. Probably Fowler.
Fowler never got 10. Yeah,
Fowler got 10 once.
Fowler had to get 10.
That's the highest he's ever gotten. Yeah, so
go back to Lubomir Vishnowsky.
Maybe, I don't even know. It's been so long. All right, so next we got Brent Leeson. We talked about him. He is on the top line with Leo and Killer. So make it so he can't be out of the lineup. I feel like we said that for a couple players, but like he should not be out of the lineup. He is an energy guy. He's still young. He's only 25.
Yeah, 25, yep.
Earn a contract by the end of the year, I guess, would be a good one, because he is a free agent. RFA, I guess, after the end of this year. So, earn a contract, because if he could play on the fourth line for his team long term, I feel like that's just such a great thing to have, because he has offensive talent, he's solid defensively, and he's just an energy money. So, earn a contract.
The way he plays the game is like a fourth line kind of player, but he has scoring upside, so it's just like even better. Especially he gives you that depth because he can play in the top 6 role if needed, if you have some injuries. So you don't. It's not best case, but if you got injuries like we do now with Z out, like needing someone to fill in, like there's worse options. Next we got Lundy Undies, Isaac Lundestrom. I feel like this has been a common thing. I want to see that offense kind of come back. Lundy is just super responsible, two-way player. Yeah, I would love to see a little bit more offense from him.
Maybe improve your face-off percentage a little bit, because it's at 45 right now.
There you go. It's a good one.
I expected better, I guess. I don't know. 50% is what Lundy should be. He will forever be a fourth liner, unfortunately, but I think my stance on him has changed. I thought he might be, gone. But I'm like, wait, Leo needs a friend. He needs a Swedish buddy. So he is not going anywhere. He's got a contract. Still has to be signed. So earn your contract, just like Leeson, at the end of the year. And improve your face-off percentage.
Yeah, well said.
We got Leno, who's only played 6 games this year. And honestly, just marinate in the goals. That's your whole plan for the rest of the year. We don't need you right now. We got Hellison. He needs to get stronger, heal up. He hasn't been that great with the goals, unfortunately, according to what I've been reading. So keep grinding away down there. That's what I was going
to say. I don't think his play in the goals has been that great. So I want to see him, kind of dominate and kind of lead that defensive core down there. Are going to be my resolutions for him. Next, this is with Brock McGinn. I think staying healthy. Ginner's kind of went down. We don't really have any. Hoping for the best, but I don't think we have any updates. Video of the injury. Saw the knee kind of just bend the wrong way, so it doesn't look like. Not expecting good things.
Another meniscus on this team. like Z and Fabry. So, I mean, if that's the injury, I guess good news is players seem to be coming back quicker from that injury for some reason. So, hoping for the best. But, I mean, from again, stay healthy. Last few years, he has not been healthy. He ended last year on the IR with his back and never heard anything about him all year for some reason. He just disappeared. Mm-hmm. But he was playing with Leo, and he should never play with Leo. Oh, wait. If you get a chance to score a shootout goal, you score it this time. That's my New Year's resolution.
Well, I guess he was, before that one, he was 4 for 8 in shootouts.
I don't care. When's the last time he did one? He hasn't done one with the Ducks the last few years.
Yeah.
So, if he gets a chance to go again for the shootout, he better make it. Oh, my goodness. Idiot.
That was an interesting choice. But, stay healthy. Definitely the big one for Ginner. Moving down, we got Mason McTavish. Ooh, Kim, I can see you're excited about this one, so I'm going to let you get the first dibs on this one.
Well, we mentioned already that he has been playing better thanks to his line mates, Fabry and Cutter. So keep going. I think he has a point in those last few games. I need him to get to 15 goals. Yes. He's only at 4 right now. I want 15 goals from McTavish by the end of the year, and I want him just to get back to his game. Off the rush. He's not a Brady Tkachuk like Breaker and Cronin wants to be, which you're finding out. Yes, when he's on the rush, he's great, and he makes these simple plays. I don't know how he makes them sometimes, and it's nice to see that he finally seems healthy. Stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for everyone. This whole team's I want 11 more goals by the end of the year, McTavish, which shouldn't seem like a big ask, but it probably is.
All right, well, the only one I have to add is Mason, start taking more penalties, man. I picked you for the penalty leader this year, and you're letting me down. It was a strong start, and then he just let off. He hasn't been taking any penalties at all.
Keep that up. Keep that up, McTavish. Great.
Kim has a dog in this fight, so maybe next podcast, when we get to the halfway point, we'll check back in on our season prediction videos and see who's leading the way. I think I don't really even remember them all, to be honest, but I think it's a mixed bag. I know there's some that I'm winning, and I know there's some that Kim's winning, so we'll have to see. But of course, I don't really want Mason to take more penalties. He's doing a good job of not doing that, but still.
Only if he crosses into the goalie by anher team, right? That's when he gets penalties.
Yeah, there we go. That's the
he
one
scores a goal though first. So that's all that matters. That's all I want.
If he just gets a goal, every goal he scores, he can take a penalty. That's fine. Yeah. And then next we got Minty Fresh, Pavel Mintyukov. Kind of having a little bit of a slumpy season this year. Rough. I mean, he's been all right, but just not the Minty that we saw last year. Pretty much no offense from Minty this year. And
I mean, he's got 3 goals, 5 assists for 8 points, which is pretty good for defensive wise. I think on this team at least. Maybe not overall, but I think get some confidence. That's my resolution for him. He's been asked to play a way he's not used to, and they want him to be a more stay-at-home defenseman. He wants to play offense, and he can't seem to do that. And he's not put in a position to succeed again, and that's part of it. So just get some confidence. He just doesn't look confident anytime he has the puck. He wants to get rid of it really nice and quick, and usually he'd probably take it, all the way, just like Homer's doing. Basically, Lacombe took all his power.
Yeah, no, I don't really have anything else to add. I feel like get the Minty swagger back. That confidence you're talking about when he's playing with that. He looks great on the ice, so get some of that confidence back. Next up, we got Stromer. Big thumbs up for Stromer. I feel like earlier in the year he was playing some great hockey. He's kind of come back down to earth a little bit, but that line he's on with Terry, Strome, Frankie looked like the Ducks' best line, and then analytically it's been one of the best lines in the league. So I think just keep getting open for Terry, keep being open as an option for Terry, and then keep getting the puck back to him, I think is my resolution for Stromer.
Yep, that's basically what I was say. Let Terry do all the work. You don't miss any open nets. Actually, impossible. That's an impossible challenge. Impossible challenge.
Yeah, impossible.
But Strome has 5 goals, 11 assists. So just get the puck to Terry. It's simple enough. And since we're talking about Terry, continue leading the way, be consistent. And he's 9 goals and 16 assists. I guess 30 goals is out of the question. There's 25 goals for Timmy. I don't know. He
Terry did on some heaters. I haven't really seen the Terry. I mean, there was the Terry hot streak to begin the season, but ever since then, it's been kind of more inconsistent. What I want him to finish off one of these highlight reel goals. I feel like there's at least one a game, maybe more, where he dekes through a couple of guys and then usually misses the net. But or maybe he gets a shot on that. But I just want him to get one of these highlight reel goals. I know that put a huge smile on Kimmy's face.
Timmy! There you go. Yeah. So 25 goals is my resolution for Timmy, and just keep doing what he's doing, mainly because he's the most consistent player on the Ducks. Best player right now.
Best player.
No question. Yep. All right. The Trouba train. Trouba.
Choo.
He has now played 8 games for the Ducks. He has an assist. He got his first point as a Duck. Point shot. That was tipped. Great. Leg point shots that actually are not just a wrister. Sorry, Fowler. I had to throw it in there.
We just talked about not ragging on him
One
anymore.
last time, Fowler. I had to. But yeah, honestly, he's been better than expected, maybe. I really like his game. He's kind of... That's why I mentioned Dumoulin maybe being trade bait, is because I feel like Trouba has been a little closer to Dumoulin than I thought. Obviously, the breakout passes are still better for Dumoulin, but Trouba's been solid, and who knows? The feeling around the Ducks land is that he's going to get re-signed, and I could see it. So I guess Trouba, keep doing what you're doing. Maybe throw a big hip check in honor of Gudas not taking them in my resolution.
I think he usually throws the elbows, right? That's what people say.
Yeah, the elbows, cheap shots.
Trouba, keep doing what you're doing. He just stands people up at the blue line, which don't think anyone on the Ducks really does that, but that was something that was like just so clear. His first game as a Duck, like a lot harder to enter the Ducks' defensive zone.
He makes people think twice about entering the zone. It's nice.
Let's see. Going next, we got Frank Vetrano. Let's start piling some
with Terry for 9 goals.
Tied with him, but both those guys, we know there's a lot more goals to be had. So Frank, let's start putting them in the net, huh? Let's get the spicy, and put them in the net. Let's go. Come on.
I don't even know for Frankie. I guess I'd want 25 goals too, but if Terry's taking all the goals, that means racking up the assists for him. I mean, become trade bait.
They could both get goals on that line. I feel like Terry's a good distributor, so we get Frankie open for some open shots, like he can put those in. So I think
I want Frankie off the power play on the one-timer spot. I don't want him there. I want McTavish there, back to McTavish. I want McTavish on the one-timer spot. He is such a good one-timer that we saw in his rookie year. For Toronto, get off of that. That's not really up to him, but that's what I want.
I feel like Frankie's wrister is better than a slap shot, so I think I would agree.
He's not a slap shot person, but I just want McTavish there.
Oh boy, now we got Mr. Trevor Zegras next.
Hey, good news.
Kim,
good news.
Take this away. We do have some good news, yeah.
Good news. So, broadcast has mentioned several times that Z has been up there saying he's going to come back earlier than 6 weeks. So, has it been like maybe 3 weeks since he's been hurt? Maybe even closer to 4? Z could very well be skating in the next week or so. I mean,
get back on the ice.
Get back on the ice. Continue what he was doing before he got hurt. Right before he was getting hurt, he was the Ducks' best player, ahead of Terry. Because he was all around, feisty on the forecheck, and then was starting to rack up points. So, hopefully he can get back to the way he ended, because he was looking like the Z we'd hope he'd become.
I think, yeah, well said. Z looking like the best player on the ice. I am curious how you feel about, his spot in the lineup. I know we had a lot of talk about that early on when he was at the wing or at center. So do you want to see him just kind of slotted back in the same spot in the line he was before, or do you have different ideas of how he should be best deployed?
He should be at center, but based on what they're doing with these lineups right now, it seems like they're just keeping a spot open for Z to come back and play with Leo and Killer, because it's just some fourth liner on their line. Every other line has looked good for stretches. They're not going to mess up the Strom, Terry, Vetrano line. McTavish, Fabry, Cutter has looked really good, and the fourth line's whatever. So I think that's what they're doing. They were starting to find some chemistry, Z and Leo, but dang, I really would like to see Z back at center, because that's when he looks his best. Agreed.
Yeah, Z just seems to be kind of an afterthought on this team for whatever reason.
I don't get it. He literally could be our best player.
On to the last skater. We got
Z.
Olin Zellweger.
He's got
it's another one. Keep doing what you're doing. I don't really know what else to add.
He's kind of a little bit maybe on a downward stretch-ish, just the past few games, but obviously he's learning how to play with Trouba. But I think having Trouba can make him become more offensive again, because we already mentioned Trouba will stay at home. He's not really an offense defenseman. He's big. He's protecting him, especially when Zelly was getting feisty one game. Trouba came over and just shoved the one guy. The whole thing ended. So he's protecting Zelly. I want 10 goals, Zelly. Need 6 more.
Kim wants all defensemen at 10 goals.
Yep.
Get it going, boys.
I didn't say that for Minty, though, but or Hellison. But Actually, for Gudas, man, can you get a goal too? You were leading our Ducks defenseman last year.
Yeah, that's
In
true. He
points.
doesn't even have one this
He
year.
has 6 assists, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was looking like he was skating a little harder the last game,
Yeah.
so maybe he's going to get going. I mean, the play is definitely picking up for him. So
Like I said,
let's
I think
hope so.
been our worst defenseman, Gudas.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's it.
That's all the skaters. Do we want to turn over to the coaching staff? How about Rich Clune? What do you got for him for New Year's resolutions?
Oh, yeah, perfect. Put McTavish on the one-timer spot. There you go, from earlier.
Oh, there you go.
And then once Z comes back, everything will be healed, right? Because we're all dependent on Z.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't think about Z. We don't want to put him in a position to succeed. But sure, he really makes the power play go. Right team, right Ducks. You don't care about Z, but he's literally the reason why the power play looked good. Once he went down, the power play sucked. So there you go. You have anything else for that one, Sean?
For Rich Clune, yeah. Just try to, more consistent power play and PK. I feel like it's on a downward trend right now, so want
Penalty
to
kills
that.
Thompson. So I guess
Or
stop
on the
with
power
the
play,
stupid one defenseman in front of the net. Maybe have 2 down there because it's cross creases, high danger chances.
Yeah, cross creases.
And now they're getting through.
Yep.
I don't know systems well enough to know which one to do, but whatever they're doing, change it all up, please.
Yeah, early, they were doing a good job at preventing that and only having perimeter shots, so they've shown that they can do that. So we just got to get back to doing that.
I guess it's on the players.
All right, well, let's go to Crow. Kim, New Year's resolutions for Crow.
I feel like there's so much. Well, I guess you could say put Z at center, but then you'd have to change the whole lineup. But I feel like long term, This lineup needs to be changed. As much as Terry, Strome, and Vetrano have been good together, they need to be broken up. That's not long term success. We need to think about the years past. So I would like to see Z at center.
Better.
Change up the lineup to think about the future. I guess that could be my resolution for him, because I think he's getting desperate to try to win games. I really feel like that way by keeping these players together. He's finding something that finally works. And as much as we said, don't mess with the lineup at the beginning of the year, now you're at the point it works. Get back to changing the bing bong lines or whatever he said.
Oh, yeah, whatever he said.
I
guess my resolution for Crow is just to commit to the bald look, The comb over ain't working. Time to shave that off. Let's just go full bald, maybe full bald Crow is going to hit different. Boys will respect you a little bit more, I think. But yeah, it's going to be my resolution. Ultimately, if we can keep... ultimately, if he can somehow get us close to 500 again, that'd be a big resolution. But if that happens, gotta give him kudos.
He better be gone the off season. I don't care if he gets his 500 at this point. I literally am tired of him already, so I want him gone.
Yeah.
Find a new job elsewhere. There you go.
The hell, I was waiting for that one. See, Kim, anyone else in the Ducks organization that you would like to give a New Year's resolution to?
Ducks social media? Ugh. Oh, I could go endless days about them. I don't know. Just put some fun content around the rookies. That's all you got to do. Put them in front of a camera. Do some stupid thing. They could be
follow the TikTok.
Yeah, follow TikTok. Just do something fun. I've seen all these teams do something fun for Christmas. Like we mentioned, Gudas could have been Santa. How could you not do that? It's so good. Enough on that. I literally hate that so much. As someone who we do social media stuff, it's like, it kills me inside how much they don't do.
That's why we started doing it, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We started doing it because they're not, and trying to prove that there is an audience for it, and I think we're doing that. Let's see. What about
the big boy?
I got the Wild Wing girly hat on. So player resolutions for Wild Wing.
He's your favorite. You go with it.
I want to see these eyes light up more. They've been teasing us. They've only done it like once or twice.
Keep coming down from the rafters.
Keep coming down from the rafters.
Faster, though. Faster.
Yeah. I want him to do the OG one where he just drops. And then also I think I want him to jump over fire again. There's that famous clip of him getting set on fire. I want him to prove that he can overcome that. Let's see him hop over Evel Knievel style.
We're forgetting the biggest boss of them all, though, huh?
Oh, yeah, how can we forget? DJ JoJo.
Oh, yeah, that guy. That's for sure.
Just kidding.
JoJo, we're talking about the Scream. I mentioned how much I liked It Was Gone. It's back. I don't like the Scream. It's back. So stop with that, please.
yeah. I've never been a fan of that. I will say I feel like the music choices he's been doing, I've been liking, like new Kendrick Lamar album being in there, got some Posty in there, so he's been killing it in that regard. But yeah, I do not like the Scream. But let's go to who Kim was alluding to, the Beaker. Kim, New Year's resolutions for General Manager Pat Parikh.
Make some trades. I want a top 6 scoring winger. I want someone who scores goals, please. I want you to trade Fabry, Dumo, do something amazing. Or something I might even hate, but do something big. I want something big. Actually, don't, because you can probably trade Z. So don't do that. I lied. Don't do that.
Yeah. Careful what you wish for.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah, someone that can score. I feel like that could have been on the wish list or the New Year's resolution for this team since way back, almost 5 or 6 years. Like, actually have a lethal scorer. Like, ever since Perry left, it seems like the Ducks haven't like found someone that can do that outside of the one Terry year where he potted almost 40. But and Frankie, I guess we could say, but he's kind of fallen back to earth. But yeah, I think I'm right there with you. I want to get an actual goal scorer on this team.
Oh, here's one. How about the team as a whole? What do we expect the Ducks in the new year to do? New Year's resolution for the whole team.
Well, I mean, I hate to say this answer again, but keep doing what they're doing, sorta. Now let me
What are you smoking?
let me for my reasoning. I feel like even the losses that we've seen, they've been competitive.
Recently, I don't even know. It's all forming together this season, I swear. I don't even know half the time.
Yeah. I just want to see them competitive in games, like have some good things to take away even from the losses. And I want this team to finish at or close to 500. I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but I feel like that would be a huge win.
I don't think they're going to do it, but I want a game over 500. We'll see. Optimistic, even though I'm not optimistic about this Ducks team at the same time. It just depends. There's so many things that have to go right, and I feel like there's more likely that things go bad.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of fallen off of that pace a little bit, but I think, getting Z back and now Troop on the team, like getting Z back is going to be a huge upgrade for this team. So I could see like their play, if they can just build on the play that they've been doing while he's been out and him come in and provide a little bit more offense, a little bit more playmaking, then I don't see why you wouldn't be optimistic about that.
Oh, yeah, I guess one more thing, Ducks. Don't poop the bed in Philly, please, because I will be there. January 11th. Do not disappoint. And looking at you two, Cutter, I need a goal at least, bud.
Get a Hattie. Imagine.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'd be scared for my life if that happened, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm already scared for my life.
Watch out.
Wearing a Ducks
Watch out for Gritty. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to wear the orange one, so maybe kind of blend in.
No, I was thinking not wearing. I was going to wear my white one, so I stand out more.
Okay.
My old white
one.
My retro
or the eggplant. You got the eggplant one?
Yeah, I could do that one, I guess.
All right. Anyone else in the four you can think of? No. What about Honda Center? Any New Year's resolutions for Honda Center? Or
I guess we haven't been mentioned, but all the stairways are closed.
Or partially closed. Yeah, they have
the ones that
some
lead
sort
to
of
outside. Ones that lead straight to outside. So, what are they doing? Are they putting escalators in? I don't know. It seems really weird.
Yeah, or more elevators. Yeah, it does seem weird, and there's been no mention of it. But yeah, there's a lot of the stairways are boarded up partially.
Escalators,
really cool.
Yeah. Oh.
I want those strobe lights to stop hitting me in the face.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. They always hit us.
That about does it for the New Year's resolution. Oh, I thought of a good one. We said what our New Year's resolutions are. But, we've been saying what our New Year's resolutions should be for all the players. Maybe you should be telling me what my New Year's resolution should be.
Not miss a Ducks game the rest of the season, Sean, at Honda Center.
Oof, that might be a tough one.
I think it's already in the books to miss one.
Yeah, let's see. What should my resolution be for Kim?
You asked a question you didn't even know the answer to. Come on.
I was just throwing it out there. I thought you were going to give me something more to go off of or something.
I don't know.
I think Kim should invite Sean to do more of the videos and to go ice skating more.
Invite you to go ice skating? You're going to pay for it?
If I get the invite and you set it up, maybe.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Let's go this week then, Sean.
Cool. Aliso Ice Palace. Let's go.
I'm slow with the script writing this year. I don't know what it is. There's just some games I'm really into it. It kind of goes based on the Ducks.
Or maybe I'll take... You liked it when I took notes that one time, so maybe I'll take notes. And then I can add a little... That'll help out. So I feel like my notes were a little bit more detailed than yours typically are.
Mine don't have to be detailed because I put a word down. I'm like, okay, I know what that is, and it's
okay, yeah, fair enough.
Big brain.
All right, I think we've talked the New Year's resolution. Or actually, sorry, there's one more I had thought of that. So that last one, I promise. And then enough about the new year. What New Year's resolution would you give the greatest fans in hockey, the Anaheim Ducks fans? What should their resolution be? The fan base as a whole, what should they be doing differently going into the year?
Be a little nicer to the social admin. It's not his fault the Ducks suck, even though we just called him out for lack of content. No, be
Just all
nicer
the
in
negative
general.
comments. Yeah, Orange County people in person, the nicest you'll ever meet, but put them in Instagram comments, and they're just like completely ruthless.
Show up to the games. Fill the ponda. That's it.
And join in on the chants, because it's just so depressing when there's like 2 kids doing a chant and no one else joins in. Breaks my heart. Okay, that was the last one I thought of. So moving on to the Discord questions. And actually, that's my New Year's resolution to everybody listening. Come into the Discord. Come have some fun. Stay up to date with the Ducks. Join us for the game chats. A lot of fun. So link in the description. And I'm challenging you all to join. So bring it. But you can also ask questions for this podcast. So Kim, I don't know if we have too many this time. Let's go ahead and let's get to them.
Guess we're going back up here. Actually, it's all the way back up here. Why does Cronin hate Minty so much?
This is in response to him being scratched 2 back-to-back games. I mean, it's kind of like what we've seen Cronin do with some other players. He tries to turn them into something that they're not, or I don't even know if it's so much that, but maybe it's having them focus on a certain part of their game, and he just maybe puts a little bit too much stress on it, and it kind of affects their overall play. So I don't think he hates them. It's just,
doesn't hate him, but they just don't know what he is. I feel like with a lot of these players. Okay, how would Solani, peak of his career, fit into the Ducks' current roster? Oh, there's our goal scoring. There it is.
Number one. Yeah, we got someone to play on the wing with Leo.
That'd be fun. Leo and Solani, that'd be sick.
That'd be amazing. Talk about having a great player for the young players to learn from. I mean, Solani's still in the org now, but it's a little different when you're playing alongside him. Solani is one of those players that you don't need to fit him in with the team. You fit everyone else in with him just because, he's one of the best of all time.
And this one's a joke. I don't know if we can really answer this one. What doesn't Cronin know? And given what he doesn't know, what does he know?
You don't know what you don't know. That's life. That's one of life's biggest questions. But what does Crow know? You think Crow's ever had a Crow-net? We were just talking about Crow.
Oh, man. That's a good one. Let's talk about Crow-net one of these times.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I haven't thought of that. I freaking love Crow-nets, though. There's that place. I forgot the name of that shop in Huntington that usually has like a line out the door where they sell Crow-nets. But we need to go back there, Kim. That place is so good. And they're open like all night, too.
I will say, we sensed that news from Spin Chicklets, which still is not resolved. Like, Cronin's just leaving alone. About, he was berated a player that he recruited because he didn't want to go there. Since then, I feel like Cronin's been like a lot nicer to like the locker room, like the post-game videos. He seems to talk more and be very like, I'm so proud of you guys, that kind of thing. So maybe his New Year's resolution was to be nicer to the guys.
Yeah, I didn't really give too much weight to this Chicklets thing. I think it's kind of like trying to make some news or make some waves or something. But I almost feel like the team kind of picked up their play because of that to kind of play for him a little bit more. I have noticed a little bit more upbeat Crow. So yeah, that could be a resolution that he's taken to heart.
All right, what did you get for Christmas?
Well, I think I already showed what I got for Christmas from Kim. I got this the customized Wild Wing mug. It's got a bunch of different jerseys on it. Pretty cool. Got a Pebble ice maker, which is pretty sweet. I'm a big cocktail enthusiast, not just drinking them, but making them. So going to be making some tiki drinks with that. You got to sample them, make sure they're good.
And then you're getting
those are DOS
secretive. I don't know.
DOS t-shirt that we're gonna figure out. We won't show the design. I'll show you the design once I get it. But then who knows? Maybe if it's a lot of enthusiasm over them, maybe we'll open it up to others. Who knows? But yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I got a lot of good stuff this year, but those are the 2 that came to mind.
See, Sean got me tickets to Annie the Musical. If you don't know, I'm a big musical person, so that was cool. I used to grow up watching Annie, so I've never seen the stage show, so that should be fun. Chocolate, I guess, and then money. Chocolate.
Yeah, that cash too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good Christmas. Hopefully, you guys got what you wanted because you're all good girls and boys and everything.
No one on the naughty list listens to this podcast. Nobody.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. What's the next move to help the log jam that keeps Minty and Helly out of games? Well, we already mentioned it. Dumoulin has to be traded. You
kind of mentioned something else, though. During Beaker's resolutions, you wanted to do something big. Something big could be trading one of the young D-men away for...
True.
a proven goal scorer or someone with some goal scoring potential. So,
Or the captain.
yeah, or the
Imagine,
captain.
that's
That'd be crazy. Yeah, I think Dumoulin's like the most likely to be moved, but I don't know if it's a necessity. But all of those things we mentioned, I think, is a necessity. One of those things, one of those things happening, just to free up the logjam at D. That's still there.
All right, we got one more at the buzzer. How much and for how long is Dostal and McT getting extended? Based on McTavish's year, he's getting a bridge deal. I would imagine a 3-year deal, similar to what Z got. And based on his points, production, everything, he should get less than what Z got. He should get $5 million, less than $5 million. But based on the cap going up, I wouldn't be shocked if it's a little more. 3 years.
Yeah, but everyone knew the cap was going up even when they were doing the Z negotiations. So I feel like it still should be less.
But Beaker loves him more than Z, so it'll be very interesting to see if he does get more and would he get a long-term deal. But obviously, if you're McTavish, I would not take the long-term deal because right now you get nothing.
He's selling low. I think just based on his play, if he wants to bet on himself and do the bridge deal, I think that makes the most sense. And then maybe get paid at the end of that if he picks up his play.
All right, Dosty, though.
Dosty. I can tell you what I want.
Yeah, what do you want, Sean?
Lock him up. I've seen enough. I think everyone's seen enough. Yeah, I would give him 8x8 all day. I feel like that would be a steal.
Yeah, I would agree. That's probably the best because I feel like most of the time it works out better for the team. But right now, I feel like he's still going to get a bridge deal. Maybe a 3x6.
I feel like that's just that seems to be
Beaker's forte.
More Beaker's MO. Yeah, he doesn't really we haven't seen a long-term contract given
Leo
to
will be the first one to get one, I bet.
Yeah.
Leo. That's his baby. That does it for the questions.
All right. Well, that does it for the podcast then. Again, happy holidays, everyone, and hope for the best year. I know for the channel, this is going to be our best year yet, so stay tuned. The best is yet to come. Kim, any closing thoughts or wishes that you would like to add on before we pull the plug?
Just thank you all for the support again, like Sean was saying, and bigger and better things coming. Yeah. I don't know what those bigger things are, but we'll see.
It'll come to us. We're just rolling with it. But hey, thanks to everyone to watching and listening. Thank you to our members. If you haven't yet, check out our social links and follow and like everything there. And thank you for listening and or watching. Go Ducks!